July 19th, 1942. Just like their comrades fighting on the outskirts of Stalingrad, this week the men of Coastal Command Azov engage in a double operation. On one hand, the soldiers of the 5th Army, with the support of the 52nd Army Corps of the 17th Army, wipe out the pocket west of Rostov and south of the Don. On the other hand, the rest of the 17th Army pierces a hole in the Soviet defenses north of Tikhoretsk. And if you know the Panzer generals, you know the drill. It is precisely through this gap that this week von Kleist throws at the Soviets his entire 1st Panzer Army. The German advance is truly breathtaking, and I want you to remember the number 18. Yes, because while it is the 18th Panzer Division, the one that by the end of the week reaches the outskirts of Krasnodar, it is the 18th Motorized Infantry Division, the one that with a coup de main, this week, occupies the oilfields of Maikop. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the second episode of this new turn in War in the East 2. And I must say, it has to be one of the most strange, one of the weirdest coincidences of this entire campaign. To have both the 18th Motorized and the 18th Panzer Divisions within the same Panzer Army. And it has to be even more, let's say, coincidental to have these two units, the one carrying the number 18th, to achieve two, I would say, milestones of this campaign. Okay, I don't want to say that encircling another big group of Red Army units is a milestone. This is kind of a must of this campaign. But still, the honor of trapping the Red Army troops south of the Sea of Azov, but north of Krasnodar, goes to the 18th Panzer Division. And the goal, let's say the pride of having occupied the oil fields of Maikop with literally a coup de main, with actually a forced march. I would say miles, maybe not hundreds, but tens of miles behind enemy lines, goes to the 18th Motorized Infantry Divisions. I would say that the Red Army is cooked by this point of this campaign, because normally, from what I've seen, the AI is somehow keen in protecting some strategic locations and for sure victory points and urban hexes. Okay, that Maikop is not a victory point, is not a urban hex, but you know, I was very surprised to see that the Maikop was totally left undefended. So I mean, that's good for me, because Maikop is one of the objectives of this campaign, even though fuel in War in the East 2 does not really matter too much. Fuel matters only when you play around with the editor and with the fuel consumption. What I can tell you is that from internal tests conducted by me and by another guy on Discord, there is always like a baseline of fuel that is, say, reserved for the civilian consumption, and only when you somehow use this, let's say, leftovers, this say secret supply of fuel, then you will see an impact on your motorized units, because of course without fuel you hardly have any movement point. But overall, it's a bit of a shame that fuel does not matter so much in War in the East 2 as it mattered in real life, because this is what really stopped the Germans. Besides, I would say a very bad, let's say, management of the logistics of Army Group A and Army Group B. Yeah, in this regard, capturing the oil fields of Maikop for me was also like a personal satisfaction. Again, also I would like to praise the brave and tireless men of the Luftwaffe transport wings. You will see that at the end of the episode, I was really like carefully micromanaging the resupplying via air of the I would say of the whole First Panzer Army by capturing the air base in the location that now I don't remember. Well, I think it was Kropotkin or something like that. But yeah, by sending in freight via air from different points, starting depots like Ozipenko or Rostov or I think even Mariupol, I was, let's say, I managed to send enough material for the to the first Panzer Army to have hopefully enough movement points for next week to resume the advance into the Caucasus. And I would say that's it for this brief, short episode, folks. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you all again next week.